Hey everybody, I just wanted to give you a little video on some of the basics of a service that I use called Educanon. Now, Educanon is a free service that allows me to insert questions into videos that I find on the internet. Now, whether you're flipping your class or not, this is a great service because what it does is it allows you to insert questions into a YouTube video, and then it makes the students have to answer those questions, and it's a really good tool whether you're using it as a formative assessment or summative assessment over some sort of important video. There's a lot of uses that you can do for this. This was my gateway into flipping my classroom, but it doesn't have to be. You can use it however you want, or however you see fit in the classroom. And then I think that it's a very powerful tool. So let me show you what you need to do to sign up and log into YouTube. To Educanon. So I went to educanon.com, and when you click sign up, all you're going to have to do is say that you're an instructor and then follow the prompts. Now, I will tell you this, and I have to do this through my login. It will ask you all sorts of things like here, like to enter an email or username and password. Don't do that even when you're registering for the class, or registering for the site. When you do this, click the Google Plus sign-in button or sign up using Google, because we all have Google accounts, and so just by signing in or signing up using your G Plus, using that button, it makes it so that you do not have to remember another password. It just automatically will sign you up using your Google information as long as it's as long as you're signed into that Google account. So I'm going to sign in. Okay, and Educanon's asking me to do this stuff, and I'm okay with it because this is my school account. It's professional, so I'm fine. So I'm going to allow it, and it loads. Okay, so then you're going to get to the home page. Now, the Educanon home page has a lot of stuff here. Okay, now it tells me how many students are active, who I am, how many bulbs that I've created. That's what they call that lesson that you're going to put in here. But basically up here is your navigation menu. Okay, you can monitor. I'll put out a video on how you monitor or what's going on with that. This is your library of bulbs that you've created, and the dashboard is this home page that you have here. Okay, so what today's video is going to do is show you how to design a video. So we're going to click design. Now, because I'm assuming that you're all beginners on this, what you want to do is you want to find a video that you use all the time or that you want to try with this, and you want to go to YouTube. I would assume it works with other things like TeacherWeb or whatever, and you want to search for the video that you use all the time. Okay, so let's see here. Make sure I spell civil right. Civil War documentary. There's a really cool video on, I don't know. I don't actually know if that's it. So here it is. Here's a, let's find a shorter video. Let's say we're a history teacher. Okay. And so there's a lot of long documentaries about the Civil War here. Okay. And, okay, let's see. Here's one. Here's a snippet about the American Civil War, Lee versus Grant. Okay, so I'm going to use that. Okay, now this is going to start, and it's going to be loud. Okay, that's okay. I'm just going to pause it. I don't have to watch this all, but what I need is the URL or the website. So in order to get the website here, I have to highlight it. Now, a little trick is that if you're on a PC, which most of the computers in our district are PCs, if you do a single click, the first time you are at the bar, it'll highlight the whole URL or the whole link. Okay. Now, if for some reason you don't, if you single click the next time, it'll just put the cursor down wherever you happen to be. But if you double click, it'll highlight one word in the link. If you triple click, it will highlight the whole link again. So it's just a little shortcuts that I have learned to make my life easier. Now, in order to copy this, okay, the easiest thing to do is to hit the Control button and C. Control C copies whatever happens to be highlighted here, and you want that whole link. Okay, now I'm going to navigate right back to Educanon. Its symbol is that little dog there. Okay, and now I'm going to paste the URL in there by clicking Control V. Okay, now by clicking Continue, I'm able to give this a name, some sort of name, and I'm going to make a learning objective here, like by the end of this video, students will be able to whatever. Okay, it's almost like the purpose of them watching the video. You give them you give Educanon your grade level, and then you tell them what you're in, what department you're in. I'm in social studies. I'm not actually in social studies. I'm just showing you that this works for all sorts of videos. And then we want to go to U.S. history. What those settings do is when you want to use a pre-made bulb that was made by another Educanon user, it allows people to search using their grade level, their subject, or the subtopic within the subject. So you can use pre-made bulbs by other people if you wish, but I think that the more valuable thing is to use your own bulbs because it's your own teaching style. Okay, so we're going to begin building the bulb. Okay, now this is your main work screen. Okay, let me pause this. Okay, and so what you're going to do from here is you're going to actually build the assessment from the video. Okay, and again, you can use this as a formative assessment, or you can actually grade it and put it in your grade book. However you want to do it, it's a way of just pushing the information and pushing this part of the learning out of the classroom. Again, whether you're flipped or not flipped, if you don't have to sit in class and not waste the 12 minutes, but you can use the 12 minutes maybe to go deeper into a discussion about whatever questions this video provides to you. So then, okay, so we watched the video for a little bit, and we're like, oh, this is cool. Okay. And so, okay. So now we watch, and now we're going to add a question. Okay, 15 seconds in, we're going to add a question. So now you click Add Question. Now, I have the premium version. Educanon gave it to me because I want it. So you'll have 3 question types, which I find are mainly the ones that I use anyways. So you're going to have either a multiple choice, a free response, or a reflective pause. Okay. You may actually have a check all that apply as well. It's actually been a while, so I forgot. But you're going to have not as many choices, but the ones that they give you are plenty for this sort of activity. Okay, I'm going to make a multiple choice question. Okay, now with the multiple choice question, this is literally just like typing into docs. Okay, so what state is Fort Sumter in? Okay, and then what you're going to do is and then down here, you're going to provide the answers. Remember, I chose multiple choice, so it's going to be, you're going to have to put in multiple answers. So North Carolina, okay, South Carolina, okay. And then if you want to add another one, you just hit another choice, you hit the add answer, you go to New Jersey, okay, and then add another one in Texas. Okay. Now you have to make sure that you put this dot on whichever one is the right answer. So if the right answer is North Carolina, you would highlight that. The correct answer is South Carolina. It says it right here. I picked this one so that everybody can see where I'm getting my question and my answer from. And probably English teachers that are looking at this say that this isn't a very good question because I am ending my question in a preposition here. So just to avoid that, I'm going to put yo at the end of that. So what state is Fort Sumter in, yo? Okay, so I'm not ending my sentence in a preposition. Okay. And maybe that's a way adding humor to some of these may be something that you would like to do. So I don't know. But and then I'm going to randomize the answer order because as students log in, now I have made the answers show up in different orders, and there's going to be less likely that they can just write down the answers like A, B, C, or text people what the answers are by letter. Okay, and so once I have that completed, okay, I can save that question right here. Okay. Okay. So you'll notice that in the progress bar of the video, there's a yellow bar. That is where the movie is going to stop and provide the question. Okay. So what if I want to add another question? Okay. Well, that's fine. I'm going to add another question, but this time I'm just going to provide a reflective pause. And so think about who Robert E. Lee is and where he came from during the next few minutes of the video. Now, the idea is you've probably seen this video a few times to know that it is pretty good, so you know kind of what you want the kids to do. The reflective pause doesn't require them to do anything, but it would be like you pausing the video and saying, hey, just pay attention to this, okay? And so we're going to do that. Okay, so that's good. I'm going to actually take this and I'm going to mute it, okay? And so you can see now there's two of these, okay? Now, let's say you're doing this in class, okay? And let's say you're a special education teacher and you want to modify this in your class. Well, what you can do is you can print the worksheet for this, and notice now it'll show the worksheet here, and it will print to a printer, and you can actually give this to your students as a modification if you want, which is super awesome. Okay, now I go back. Now, in order to disseminate this to your children, your students. Oh no. Let me go forward. Okay. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to click Finish Build. And then you are going to put it into a class. So I have a class here. Let me turn this down. Okay. So for this class, what I have this. I actually do the Civil War in my Intro to Latin Verbs class. Okay, so I'm going to assign it, and then you can have it due on a certain day. Today, I'm recording this on October 14th, so I'm actually going to give them a week to do this because that's really when it's assessed. Okay. Or if you're brand new and you haven't clicked around on your own, you can actually create a class here, okay, and you can give it a new name, U.S. History, History 1, okay, and you can create the class, okay. You hit enter, okay. Sorry. U.S. History 1, and then you can submit it for U.S. History 1, and you can assign the bulb, Again, today's the 14th, so I'm going to make it due on there. And I am going to submit that. And now notice that it'll say that that bulb is due on that day. Okay, it'll tell you when it is due. Okay. Now, the last thing that I want to show you, because I've talked about this for way too long, okay, is if you want to share the video, you can actually take this link right here that it gives you, and you can have it, you can cut it, again, Control C, and then paste it, Control V, into a Google Doc, and when they click on it, the students will be taken right to this bulb. Okay? So I think that that's important, that you don't have to necessarily have to create a class. You can have access to the bulb. Now, and the very last thing that I want to show you is from the dashboard, and that's how to add students. Once you're ready with the bulb, how to add students to your classroom. Now, I went back to the dashboard, okay, from my bulbs menu, and I'm going to click Add Students. Now, there's all sorts of ways that you can do this, but I think that the point is that if you're an advanced user and you're using Edmodo or Schoology, you can do this, but I would suggest that all you need to do is give them this access code. Have the students sign up for Educanon, again, using that G+, and then use that access code, and they will see whatever classes that you have in Educanon, and that will allow them to sign up for the class that applies to them. So I'm sure that there's a million questions that you may have about this. This is your kind of basic reference to get started with Educanon. If you have any questions, feel free to reply to the email, and I will make sure that I get back to you. Thanks, guys, and have a great day.